Hello YouTube, what's up today guys? NonStop RC here, and we have a vintage RC in front of us. This is the Tamyia Raider Pro ARR. This is a vintage race buggy. So this is about made around the 1990s. I think they came out with it in 1991, making it around 27 years as we're in year 2018. Anyways guys, I got this on a fine. Somebody gave it to me, so it was donated to us. Anyways, it's a very old RC car, and we actually got it running. It runs really good, and it runs, we tried it on the track, and it's probably one of our best track vehicles. And even though it's, well, almost 30 years old, this RC car is really fast on a LiPo battery. But the problem is that the LiPo battery doesn't have a LiPo cutoff. It can run it, but it doesn't have a LiPo cutoff, so you can only run it for a little bit. You can't run it completely dead or it'll ruin your LiPo. So, anyways, so that's still pretty good. It goes really fast on LiPo, as I said. Nickel metal, it has a good top speed, but LiPo does a whole lot better. Anyways, these knobby tires back here may not be soft, but they grip the ground, especially for the dirt track that we have. And this is probably like the RC car to have back in the day for racing. And this is probably worth anywhere from $60 to $200 for the RC car. As I said, the whole thing's here is 100% running. Only problem was the remote control. We had to put a modern day remote control and obviously a battery, because the battery was weak because it's old, 30 years old. So anyways guys, this car, I give a rating, really, I like the 5 out of 5 stars. There's not really very much wrong with it. I mean, it's old, which is where all that comes from, but for an old RC car, this thing rocks. It's, as I said, $60 to $200, you can find them on eBay, but this is just a good vintage find. Anyways, we're just showing you some behind the scenes. You may see this in some of our videos. We'll do a track run just to show you what it does, how it works, and just how good it is. But this is like the RC cars. This was the racing car buggy you had back in the day. Probably one of the first of its classes. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching the video. And any questions, comments, concerns on the Tamyia Raider Pro, please ask in the comments down below. And see you next time on NonStop RC.